Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the pitch as it is the first home game of the year here for ICC as they're taking on Meridian this afternoon. The Lady Indians and the Lady Eagles getting warmed up right now as we're just moments away from the opening kickoff here between ICC and Meridian. Our first home event of the year and our first live stream of the year. Had a few hiccups getting things started, and hopefully that will kind of correct itself as we go throughout the afternoon here. I'm Adam Gord. Raphael Henry is up top with the camera. Lee Adams is on the sideline with photos and updating Twitter throughout the afternoon as well. Cal Brown helping him out there, part of the ICC Sports Information team. And we do appreciate every one of those of you that are tuning in here. Earlier this week, we had the opportunity to catch up with ICC head coach David Strother and talk about his first two matches of the year as well as previews today's matchup against Meridian. Well, Coach, first weekend under your belt. Unfortunately, didn't be able to pick up a win on the road, but just talk about this weekend against Southwest and Pearl River.
Well, the best thing for us was just to get the season going. Of course, we didn't like the outcome of the two games. All credit to our opponents. They both played quality games, and they're both doing well. We wish them all the best for the upcoming season. But for us, realistically, we wanted this weekend to be about us. And first game, we didn't play our best. I just asked our girls to improve into that second game. I thought we did some things better in the second game, but it's still not quite where we want it to be. But great thing about the MACJC is if you don't like it, you just wait a day or two, you get to bounce back and have another game. So we had two good sessions in between our time from Pearl River, and now we're getting ready for Meridian actually on Tuesday.
Well, Coach, real quick, let's go back and just take a look at each game. Southwest girls, a little sluggish out the gate, but battled back and had a chance late. Just talk about that Southwest match.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I thought we were the dominant team. I thought we looked well in our possession. I thought we looked well going to goal. We just didn't put the ball in the back of the net early on. And so Southwest was able to counter and capitalize on an early goal, make it 1-0 into halftime. Once 2-0 hit, straight away into the second half, we were a little bit on the back foot. Then they found that third goal, and we really had to start working. But I liked the way that our girls responded. I liked how we came back and scored two quick goals, had enough time to maybe even tie up the match. And so I was proud of them for responding the way that they did.
And then Pearl River, kind of the same situation. They were able to stretch it out there in the second half.
Yeah, and so 2-1 at halftime. Freshman Hannah Covington from South Hill got her first goal of the season, first collegiate goal too, so that was exciting for her. But as we continued to battle, we just kind of sort of made some ill-advised decisions, both individually and collectively as a team, and Pearl River's a good team, and they're the type of team that if you make those mistakes, they'll capitalize. And so we just want to make sure we fine-tune that type of work before we get ready for our next opponent, which is Meridian.
All right, now let's talk about Meridian, a team that is coming in, a first home game of the year. Girls now have some experience under their belt and now a chance to defend the home pitch.
Yeah, so that's a big thing for us. We always want to win at home. And so if we can start this in the right momentum moving forward at home, we definitely want to win every single opportunity we have at home. And Meridian's a good team as well. Every opponent in the MACJC is competitive. So we just want to make sure that we're focused on our responsibilities, not really worrying about our opponent too much, focusing on our little details that kind of put us on the back foot in these two previous matches.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
I got a great deal on pizza.
You went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza. could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach Levine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, donkey, rini.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house. That's
Zach.
right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we take you to the field now for the playing of the national anthem.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula.
Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just moments away from that opening kickoff here between ICC and Meridian, our first broadcast of the year here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Lady Indians will be in the white tops, red shorts, red socks. The goalkeeper, as we'll go over the starting lineups here presented by Coca-Cola shortly, will be in all blue. For Meridian, they're in black, trimmed in white with a little bit of green mixed in as well. There, let's take a look at your Coca-Cola starting lineups here presented by the Tupelo Coca-Cola bottlers. Number 3, Mallory Scott. She's a sophomore midfielder out of South Tillo. You've got number 5, Maya Richardson, a sophomore defender out of Columbus. She went to New Hope High School. Emma Godden, a freshman midfielder. She's out of Surrey, England. You've got number 9, Morgan Dennis, a sophomore midfielder out of South Tillo. Gracie Bertelson, she is a freshman midfielder out of Natchez. Addison Meadows, she is a freshman midfielder out of Oxford. Caroline Jaggers wearing number 16. She is a sophomore midfielder out of South Tillo. Deanna Christie, a freshman forward. She is out of Liverpool, England. And Cynthia Bethencourt, a freshman midfielder out of New Albany. Brooke Wilson, a sophomore defender out of South Tillo. And in net this afternoon will be Haley McGill. She is a freshman also out of South Tillo. So starting things off here for ICC. The Indians on the attack. As we said, they're in the white tops, red shorts. Meridian, for those that are watching, is in the black top, white shorts, black socks as well. So it'll be a toss in here for ICC. Lob it inside. Looking to go on the attack. That's Scott with it. Had it kicked away, but now it's going to send it back out, and the Indians try to center it over the middle, but it's taken away by Meridian. Now Meridian trying to get out in transition. Across midfield now. ICC getting back nicely defensively. Meridian sends it ahead. That looks like number 7 with it now. Going inside, trying to work one-on-one. Has an opportunity here. Shot is not taken. It was nicely cut off that time by Caroline Jaggers. Shot is a little bit off goal that time and stopped by McGill. We do thank those of you that are tuning in now here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Indians take it away. That's number 14, Addison Meadows. Now sends it ahead to Mallory Scott. Scott taken down. No whistle as the officials let them play on here. So I'm going to send it out of bounds, and it'll be, Meridian ball. Well, a good crowd out here. Shade area of premium this afternoon in Fulton. Sun is in and out of the clouds all afternoon. There's some rain below us, but we do think it's going to miss us this afternoon. Maybe clip the Fulton area by the time we are done with our matches. Of course, as always, the men's match will follow the women's match here. As Meridian with it now, getting ready to throw it in. We'll toss it back towards the Indians' goal. Hard to pick up the numbers on Meridian. Actually, I don't think they have any numbers on the front of their jerseys. As that time, the ball taken away, but Meridian gets it right back. Richardson comes up and challenges, wins that, and now is going to clear it back. This is Jaggers with it. Jaggers sends it out wide now. Richardson gets it back, sends it ahead to Meadows. Meadows working in the open field, looking for a teammate to pass it off to. Finds it over to Morgan Dennis, and Dennis is going to reset it back to Richardson. Nice defense out of Meridian here early on. Meadows with it now, surveying the defense. Really not giving the Indians a whole lot here, as they have got a lot of players back defensively, does Meridian. Ball in the middle of the field, taken away by the Lady Eagles. Yeah, there's no numbers on the front of the jerseys for Meridian. If it is, it's a small number on their shoulder, so can't really pick up their numbers that well on the front of their jerseys, so we'll try to bring you their names as well as possible. This is going to be a toss in, taken away by Bethencourt. Bethencourt had it. Keeps it alive before it goes out of bounds, and Meridian gets it back, deflects it off Christie that time, and it will stay with the Eagles. Toss in by Meridian towards midfield. Ball is loose, it's out of bounds. They're going to say it stays with Meridian. No score. There's 41 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the first half. Toss in, and ICC gets it. This is going to be Godden with the basketball. She swings it out wide. That's going to be Brooke Wilson with it. Now just going to clear it back to the keeper. McGill sends it back over to Wilson. Wilson pokes it ahead. And the Indians being patient now as the ball goes out of bounds, though, on the pass, and Meridian will get it back. So not very clean play early here by the Indians. ICC comes in with a record of 0-2. Of course, no record in the North, as this is a non-division matchup here. Meridian comes with a record of 0-1. First home match of the season here for both the Lady Indians and the Indians. Breeze starting to pick up a little bit. Of course, when we talk about the weather, we have to send our thoughts and prayers out to everyone in the Houston area and beyond that's affected by Hurricane Harvey and the flooding that's going on out there. A former teammate of mine, Jonathan Dismute, now the head coach of the University of Houston golf team. I had a chance to talk to him last night, and he and his family are doing well. He lives in Humboldt, Texas, and says they're blessed, not getting the brunt of it, but most definitely not in the clear yet. So most definitely our thoughts and prayers extend to those out there in Texas. ICC sends it ahead, but taken away easily that time by Meridian, but ICC gets it back. Nicely done that time by Meadows. Meadows tries to squeak it ahead, finds it between one. Here's an opportunity for Mallory Scott, and it's cleared out that time. Nicely defended, and the ball is going to be saved in bounds. Good hustle, as that would have resulted in a corner opportunity for the Indians, but a great hustle that time by Meridian. Negates that, and they get the ball back. Now ICC takes it away. This is Meadows. Meadows has been active early here for the Lady Indians, trying to make something happen here. Scoreless. 39 minutes and about 18 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, as we talked about, this is our new setup here with our new equipment through WSN Live, as we're learning it as we go. Trial by fire, if you will. Remind you to join us again Thursday night as we'll be on the road as we face Gulf Coast in the football season opener. Beautiful pass ahead, just a little too hard that time. Bethencourt couldn't quite get to it, and Meridian's going to try to clear it back out. So the Indians have had 2 opportunities early to possibly go on the attack, but nicely defended by Meridian has negated those. Ball out of bounds will stay with the Lady Eagles. You can hear a little bit of the breeze coming. The sun has been behind the clouds all day, but of course 2 o'clock hits and the clouds depart and the sun comes out. This is a whistle against ICC, as that will be a foul. So it'll be Meridian ball near midfield is where they'll have it. They're actually going to spot it exactly on the midfield stripe. Kick it and put it in play. Meridian with the ball now, trying to go one-on-one. Squeezes it ahead. This is number 10 with it now. That's going to be Riley. Riley clears it back to Fielder, and she tries to send it ahead, but it's deflected out of bounds. Nicely done that time by Deanna Christie. So a toss in here for Meridian. Try to throw it ahead. Now it's a loose ball. Maya Richardson, who has nice speed, able to race that one down and get it back for the Indians. There's a nice little tussle for it. Send it ahead, and they're going to say, ooh, belongs to Meridian. Looked like that time it was last touch by, I believe that was number 7, Smith, but instead they say last touch by the Indians. So Meridian with the ball now. This is going to be Fielder with it. Sends it ahead, or actually it's taken away nicely that time by the Indians. Now Morgan Dennis sends it ahead. This is number 17, Christie with it now. Crosses it over, tries to get it ahead to Madison Scott, but the ball taken away once again by Meridian. Tell you what, Meridian has done a nice job today negating some good opportunities for the Indians. Now Madison leads it up across the middle of the field. This is Morgan Dennis with it now. Dennis tries to squeeze it ahead to Bethencourt. She can't quite get to it. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Eagles. So a good idea that time, just led her a little bit too far. So the ball will go back now, as this is Elizabeth Robinson, the goalkeeper. It looks like that's going to be a foul on the Indians there. A little confusion on the field as both the Lady Indians and Eagles kind of looking around at what the referee wanted to call. Basically looks like it's going to be a do-over. So this will be Robinson to Tierney in here. Sends it across the way. Got to be careful with that. That's kind of a lazy send in that time. If the Indians could get to it quick enough, possibly could have intercepted that and resulted in a 1-and-1 opportunity. And I think that's what the Meridian coach is trying to stress to his keeper. Get it out there. So that might be something the Indians want to keep in the back of their head to get a little bit more aggressive on those goal kicks. Tossed in that time, mishandled by the Indians, and Meridian gets it back. So right now, just a little bit of sloppy play back and forth between these two clubs. Up ahead they go, Meridian with it now. ICC trying to get the ball back on their side of the field. ICC has controlled the time of possession, but not by a lot. Up ahead they go. Opportunity here for the Lady Eagles. Going out wide. Trying to squeeze it inside, and they send it ahead, and the ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. And it will stay with Meridian. Coming up on 35 minutes to play here in the first half. So this should result in a corner kick coming up here for Meridian. As I said, very difficult to read the numbers that Meridian has on the back of their jerseys. They're that kind of a Kelly green outlined in white. They've got white shoulders and a black jersey. So in the corner kick, sent short and easily taken away that time by the Lady Indians. So now ICC trying to get it back, but really nobody moving out of the break. And Meridian able to get it back before it gets to midfield. So now the Lady Eagles on the attack, send it ahead. Broken up nicely that time by the Indians. Madison Scott had it, lost it, but picked up and cleaned out of the way that time by number 14. That's Meadows, and there's a whistle. So one of those anything you can do, I can do better type contest here early on. Meadows with it now, swinging out wide. Now sends it across the middle. It's got an opportunity here. Madison Scott, though. Mallory Scott could not get to that one in time. Good idea. Good play by the keeper, Elizabeth Robinson, not hesitating to get up the field and get to that one in a hurry. Don't be surprised if you don't see the Indians go over the top like that a couple more times this afternoon. Trying to take it away, and we've got a foul whistle here. It looks like it's going to be against Meridian, so it'll be ICC ball. So the Indians try to go over the top once again, intercepted that time defensively. Ball in the middle, incidental contact, and ICC is going to keep it. Morgan Dennis splitting defenders. Now tries to put on the foot, and it's just wide left. And so a good shot that time by Morgan Dennis, making it dangerous. Just couldn't quite bend it enough to find the top shelf of the corner. And now the ball will go back to Meridian. Let's see how ICC defends this, and now instead they're going to send a player to kick this one ahead after now the keeper will come out and try to send this one forward. Robinson looks like she's not sure where she wants to send it. Now sends it ahead, and it's taken away by the Indians. One-on-one opportunity here. Meadows is taken down in the box, and this should be a PK coming up here for the Indians. Nicely done that time. I believe that was Meadows. And it was, as we talked about it, the keeper, little lackadaisical on sending that ball on the goal kicks. ICC read it nicely. And now this is going to be a scoring opportunity here, as this will be Mallory Scott to take the kick. So Scott is going to size things up here on the PK. Shots on its way and pokes it in. And the Indians take a 1-0 lead with 32:18 to go here. And ICC leads it. So a good job that time by the Indians, taking advantage, as we said, of the sluggish send-in by the keeper. Was able to get out there, draw the PK, and Mallory Scott drilled it home, and ICC leads it now by the score of 1-0. As now Meridian with it. My game clock got a little bit ahead of the actual clock, so I'm going to try to let it keep up here. As ICC gets it back. .31:45 and counting here. ICC with a 1-0 lead over Meridian. Looking for their first win of the season. ICC dropped a tough one, 3-2 at Southwest. First match of the season. Fell behind 3-0 and then was able to rally back late. Just unfortunately could not get it going there in that one. Tried to send it across the middle, but taken away by Meridian, but then taken back. And now ICC has it. Could have been a handball, and yes, it is. Just one of those unfortunate situations that time, as Christie was going after the ball. It popped up off the foot of Morgan Dennis that time, and handball is the call. So coming up on 31 minutes of play here in the first half, ICC with a 1-0 lead. Remind you to follow us on Twitter if you can't keep up with the games or watch them here. As ICC with it now, sending it from distance when it's going to go wide. So it'll be Meridian to send it in on the goal kick here. See if the Indians put more pressure on them again this time. And Meridian not really with a lot of people coming up to help out the keeper. So up ahead they go, and this is going to be Scott with it. Sends it ahead over to Meadows. Meadows surveying the defense. Now pokes it ahead, trying to go backside, just a little too tall, and Bethencourt couldn't quite chase that one down in time. So Meridian with it now. They trail 1-0 here. A nice breeze blowing through, helping cool things down. I tell you what, it's been unseasonably cool weather here in North Mississippi, and we aren't complaining. India's tried a little finesse that time, but Meridian was able to get in front of it and take it away. I believe that was number 12, Benson, doing so for Meridian. So up the field they go. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it will go back to ICC with 29 minutes to play here in the first half. Remind you to stay tuned at halftime. We'll introduce you to the entire ICC Lady Indians roster and possibly hear from the ICC All-American Band as well. That will be your Little Caesars halftime report here from Fulton after we give you some scoring updates. Brought to you by Sonic. So Lady Indians with it, send it ahead, tries to squeeze it through traffic. This is Mallory Scott with it now. She does have a goal as she dribbles around. Now pokes it forward, just a little miscue on that time by the Indians. But ICC able to keep it. Nice job by Meadows. I tell you what, we've called her name a lot this season. There is a Meridian player down on the pitch, and the referees say play on. And now they are going to stop the clock due to injury. I tell you what, this stoppage in play, let's hear a quick word from one of our sponsors, and we'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
I got a great deal on pizza.
You went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back to action as the young lady from Meridian has been helped off the pitch. Did not quite get her number. So hopefully everything will be okay for her for sure. We do want to remind you of our sponsors, the ICC Baptist Student Union, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, as well as the ICC Wesley Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, Little Caesars, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottlers, Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Renaissance Bank, and Sonic, all part of the sponsor team here for ICC Athletics. Meridian sends that one ahead. And ICC takes it away now, tries to send it from distance. Easy hop and scoop that time for Robinson. Can't really call that one a save there as it wasn't on goal. As she's going to punt this one forward. This is going to be number 12, Burleson, chasing it down over there. And Burleson, not the biggest player on the field, but showing some power that time as muscled up and trying to get after it, but they do whistle her for a foul. I think it might have caught the Meridian player by surprise that Burleson with a pop, one that would make Coach Sean Cannon proud. And speaking of Coach Sean Cannon, he and his Indians will be on the road Thursday night to take on Gulf Coast in the first football game of the season. That will be at 7 o'clock. You can join us here on Let'sGoICCTV.com at 6:40 or FM 95 Sports at 6:40 for the Choice Pawn pregame show. Now here comes the Indians trying to go on the attack. Meadows with it, tries to send it over the middle, taken away by Meridian. But send it up, and this is going to be Morgan Dennis with it now. Skips it across. ICC with a good opportunity here. Looking to try to go inside, nothing there as that was number 6, Godden with it. Had it poked away, but there's Mallory Scott to clean it back to number 12, Burleson. Burleson with it now. A little give and go action that time by ICC. Nicely defended by Meridian, so the Indians will reset the offense through Morgan Dennis. Dennis sends it ahead. Inside the box, now they go inside out. Ball just too hard off the foot of Mallory Scott, and Meridian's going to clear that one out of bounds, try to get it out of the box in a dangerous situation there. So ICC will have it back now, as I have not ran my clock. Going to try to figure out how to update the clock. As we said, this is our first broadcast of the season, so not really 100% sure all the bells and whistles of some of the new things we have, thanks to WSN Live. As Meridian with it now, they're going to poke it ahead and try to get out in transition. 1-0 is your score. ICC leading this one after a PK converted by Mallory Scott. Now Meridian sends it ahead. Nicely done by Jaggers. Stops it, but the ball is going to go out of bounds and it result in a corner kick here for Meridian. And it looks like Jaggers trying to stop that one before it went out of bounds. And a little shaken up that time. Substitution into the match here for Meridian. Out will be number 14. That's Vogel. And in will be number 3, Boswell, for the Eagles. So the young lady that was shaken up earlier being looked at by the training staff is Amanda Sylvia, number 18. She's a freshman midfielder. So a corner kick coming up here for the Eagles. They trail 1-0. 24-34 is the count, even though my clock on the scoreboard is wrong, as I did not start it back after we went back in play. So the corner on its way. High kick, dangerous, and inside it goes. Cleared out that time, and now this is going to be an opportunity here for the Indians if they can break it ahead. Does so. Now Mallory Scott with it. It's 3v2 opportunity here. Mallory Scott trying to push the issue. Meridian gets back nicely defensively and takes it away. Just a miscue that time between Scott and number 17, Christie. But the Indians keep possession of the ball. This is going to be Bertelson with it. Now works it back across the middle. Looking for Morgan Dennis, but Dennis trailing just a little too far. Looks like the Indians might be getting ready to send in some substitutions here, as ICC been playing a lot of minutes here and being very active on both sides of the ball. Ball taken away that time. Now sends it ahead, and the keeper's going to jog out and scoop that one up. And it does look like that is going to be the case. The Indians getting ready for some mass substitutions coming in here. We'll try to bring you that as soon as they come in. Remind you the guys' game will be coming up next after a brief break here on Let's Go ICC TV. We'll check back in with the Choice Pond pregame show. Sends it ahead. And the Indians clear that one back. Jaggers having to chase this one down. Gets it before it goes out of bounds. Up ahead they go, and now ICC with it. Indians send it ahead. Mallory Scott asking for it. And another nicely defended play that time by Meridian. The ball is not going to go out of bounds. Good hustle that time by the Lady Eagles to keep possession of the ball. Morgan Dennis takes it away. Nicely done that time, stealing it away. She's going to clear it back to Richardson. And now the Indians going to try to go on the attack. In the middle they go. Meadows try a little give and go to Bethencourt. Bethencourt sends it up the middle. Nobody there for the Indians. Ball kicked away, but ICC keeps it. It's going to go out of bounds. We're going to see who it belongs to. And the referee says it will be ICC ball. And we do have substitutions in. Let's give them to you here. Looks like Ferris Bradley will come in, along with number 11, Audrey Wilson, number 19, Grace Fowley, and number 7. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance here if I mess this name up. I have not quite learned it yet. This is Francisca Yayos, I believe. Francisca is what we're going to call her, as she checked in the game, and she gets a touch on it. Now tries to send it out to Ferris Bradley just a little too far, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Meridian. 1-0 is your score. Lady Indians looking for their first win of the season and their first home game of the year. They're 0-2 on the year, of course. Weather pending, they're set to open North Division play Friday against rival Hines. Toss in, taken away by Bradley. Tries to send it across the field to Fowley, and it's going to roll, and she's going to be able to get to it, though. As this is going to be now Mallory Scott with it. Scott looking to go to work. Tries to drive by the defender. Once again, good help defense by Meridian. They're packing people back defensively to try to keep the Indians from having some easy opportunities. The Indians score came on a PK by Mallory Scott with 32:18 left in the first half. Dennis with it now, being hawked defensively by Meridian. We talked about it, Meridian. Tenacious defensively this afternoon here in Fulton. Now they try to skip it ahead. Bradley just can't quite keep up with it, as that one just led her a bit too far, and the ball will go back to the Eagles. Well, as we said, the clock on your screen is a little off from the game clock, as it's 20 minutes and 26 seconds left here in the first half. Tried to send it ahead that time, and Mallory Scott would have to be about a foot taller to get to that one, as it's going to be scooped up by the keeper. And she's going to roll this one out. So Meridian with it. ICC has an advantage on the time of possession this afternoon so far in the first half. And it's poked away nicely. Good job that time by Grace to steal that one away, and the Indians are going to reset it. This is Maya Richardson with it now on the wing. Now is going to poke it back to Jaggers, and they're going to survey the defense. I tell you what, number 7 for Meridian has been just all over the place defensively. Nice little slide tackle that time, just poked the ball out of bounds by Jaggers, but Alondria Smith has been tough defensively for Meridian this afternoon. So it'll be a toss in here for Meridian. You can kind of see the guys walking there in the background. I believe that's the ICC baseball team. They've started their fall ball season. Actually, yesterday was their first game. They were going to scrimmage today, but realized there was a soccer match, so they're going to move that possibly to tomorrow. They were going to move it back later tonight, but with the weather having a chance of rain, I think they're going to possibly delay it and see when they can actually get it in. So here comes ICC. Mallory Scott tries to send it ahead, poked back that time by Meridian, and now Meridian with the opportunity. ICC, though, numbers defensively, sends it ahead. There's just going to be a chase down for it and tries to poke it ahead. Nicely done that time to take away the angle by Brooke Wilson to force a bad shot. And Meridian turns it over. Now here come the Indians. Push it up to the middle of the field. And the Indians, even though they turn it over, get it back, only return favor by the Eagles. Richardson's going to send it out wide here to the bottom of your screen. That's Ferris Bradley with it now. Bradley dribbles ahead, draws a little defense now, passes it over. Going to try to go out wide to Grace. Now back up the middle as Audrey Wilson shot from distance. Easy scoop up that time on the save by Robinson. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead. 50-50 ball sent to midfield, still being battled for. And, of course, I was going to say number 7, Smith, wins it, but they do say a handball on that one as the ball popped up a little too high for Smith. I tell you what, I've been impressed by Smith's play today from Meridian, both offensively and defensively. She has been the lady for the Eagles. So ICC with it. They poke it ahead. This is Morgan Dennis now. She's going to reset it back to Maya Richardson. And you see right there, hawking everybody defensively is Smith. And Smith causing problems for the Indians. And now you're hearing Meridian's coach saying, somebody help out Alandria. Ball sent ahead, and it's taken away by Meridian. So Meridian trying to convert on the turnover, sends it up. Richardson steps in front of it. Now she tries to send it forward, and Meridian gets it back. Sends it to the middle of the field, and ICC gets it. So a little bit of sloppy play between the two teams there. But ICC now with the control. This is Morgan Dennis with it, sends it up to Grace. And then it's going to be slapped or kicked out of bounds, I should say, by Meridian. Quick toss in. Wilson with it now. Sends it across the middle. Ferris Bradley there. That one's a little too tall for Francesca. She has it now, looking to go on the drive. Ball kicked away. A lot of contact. Good no call that time by the referees to let them play on, as neither team got advantage due to the contact. It was more incidental than anything. Now here comes Meridian on the fast break on the outside far side of your screen, trying to work one-on-one. Good hustle that time defensively by Brooke Wilson to not only get back but take the ball away. Fally with it now, sends it ahead to, this is number 3, Mallory Scott. Scott on the outside wing. Pokes it towards the middle, defensively steps up nicely that time by Meridian. And Meridian sends it ahead towards midfield now. I think you're starting to see a lot of tired legs on the field for both teams, as that time the Meridian player takes the spill. Slow to get up, but looks to be okay. And the Indians will send it in. Grace with it now. Sends it to the middle of the field. This is Wilson. Wilson loses the handle on it. And now here comes Meridian on the attack. Tries to send it ahead to Smith. Smith trying to work one-on-one. Nicely defended that time by Jaggers. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a toss-in here for the Eagles. Substitutions coming in for ICC. Looks like we'll have also some substitutions coming in for Meridian as well. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. You've got number 14, number 19, which there is no 19 on the Meridian roster, and number 6. So number 6, Brandy McKnight, 14, Samantha Vogel checking in for ICC. I see number 24, that's Savannah Courtwright. Number 2, Alex Stevens, and number 6 is going to be Emma Godden checking back into the matchup here for the Indians. Once again, those substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Remind you, they meet Monday nights at 7:07. They also do their lunch every Wednesday during E-period, which obviously is around lunch, 12 o'clock. All they ask is bring $2 for you and $2 for a friend and come enjoy a meal and worship over at the ICC Baptist Student Union. They're located across campus, basically kind of at an angle from the Student Service Building or directly across from e-learning here on campus. So a toss in by Meridian. They send it out of bounds, and it'll be ICC ball. Inside 14 minutes to play. And ICC will have a toss in here. Lady Indians lead this one 1-0, looking for their first win of the season after a tough road trip with back-to-back games in the South against Southwest and Pearl River. Meridian had it, lost it for a second. Now they're going to clear it back. This is number 4, Felder with it. Now she's going to send it backwards, and they're going to try to reset. Good defense here by the Indians, forcing them backwards and then negating the attack. Now Meridian sends it ahead, trying to see if they can just beat somebody over the top. But Savannah Courtwright was there to take it away. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds, though. Last touch by the Indians. And it'll be a throw-in here for Meridian. This is going to be number 3. Boswell to toss it in. Finds it over to Vogel. Vogel has to force it back towards midfield. And once again, good job by the Indians forcing Meridian away from their own goal. Now here comes ICC. Francesca Friend with the ball. Now sends it over to Audrey Wilson. Wilson drops it out wide to Grace. Grace looking to go on the attack. Into the middle she goes. Looking for someone to pass it to. Goes reverse field over to Ferris Bradley. Bradley's going to poke it back now. And the Indians are going to reset through Meadows. Meadows sends it back. This is Godden, who's had checked back into the contest. Gets it back in the middle. Trying to weave her way through traffic. Poked away by Meridian, but there's Audrey Wilson to clean things up for the Lady Indians. And so nicely done defensively by the Indians as they forced back. They're going to clear it back to the keeper, Haley McGill. McGill has not been challenged too often today. I don't know that Meridian has had a shot on goal yet. That ball just a little miscue by the Indians as it was sent a little too high for Bradley, off her hip, out of bounds, and Meridian will throw it in. 12 minutes to play here, and the ball is going to be sent inside, and it's going to be taken away by the Indians, but taken right back by Meridian. Ball sent ahead and cleared out that time by Jaggers. Jaggers going to try to send it up to Bradley, does so. Bradley clears it back to Meadows. Meadows looking to swing it out wide, does so. And the Indians trying to get on the attack here. They lead 1-0. Would love to get another goal here just before the end of the first half. Up they go to Fran. Fran looking to go to the outside. He's getting the business over there in the corner. He's able to fight her way out, but then Meridian with the trap takes the ball away, kicks it up. And this is going to be Alex Stevens with it now. Sends it ahead to Godden. Godden sends it over now to Wilson. Wilson over to the corner. Here we go. Trying to go inside, looking for the pass that time, and it was taken away as she was looking to go inside to Brooke Younger, I believe. And the ball is going to be out of bounds, and it will be ICC ball. We'll see if I believe it's going to be a toss-in, or will it be a corner kick. Substitution getting it set to come in here for ICC as Addison Meadows will check out, and checking in will be number 20, Brittany Sullivan. And yes, it will be a toss-in here for the Indians. This substitution being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. They're meeting tonight at 7. They're actually located directly across from the Davis Event Center. Follow them on Twitter at ICC Wesley. Look up ICC Wesley Foundation on Facebook. You can find out more there. Reverend John Foster and company doing a great job out there at the ICC Wesley Foundation. So Meridian with the ball, trying to go out wide, coming up on 10 minutes to play here in the half. Savannah Courtright steps in front of that one, now sends it up the field. They go to Audrey Wilson. Wilson up the floor to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to beat the player and save, cleared out nicely that time by Meridian as Sullivan had a pretty open lane going towards net that time. Good slide tackle to allow the defense to reset for the Eagles. Ball just floated a little too far, but nice job by Grace to be there to clean things up for the Lady Indians. Pokes it ahead. Meridian, once again, if I said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it a dozen times. A nice defensive play by the Lady Eagles to take that one away from midfield. Wilson comes in, though, gets physical and takes that one away. Now the Indians trying to go to work. Sloppy touch that time. Meridian gets it back, sends it up midfield, but there's Alex Stevens to take it away once again. The ball is going to be kicked out of bounds. Who will they say it belongs to? They're going to say it belongs to ICC. Remind you to stay tuned at halftime. We'll introduce you or let the ladies introduce themselves, members of the 2017 ICC soccer team. We'll also hear a performance from the ICC All-American Band here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We do appreciate everyone tuning in. Let us know you're watching on Twitter at Let'sGoICC. As we said, it's our first broadcast of the year. New equipment, new setup, so we're learning as we go. Up they go to Grace. Grace with it on the wing now, trying to go one-on-one. Sends it up to Fran. Little give-and-go action. Grace on the outside wing. Meridian, though, just gets a foot on it. And that's out of bounds. This should be a corner, I believe, coming up. Or no, they're going to say a goal kick coming up here. Wow, looked like that was last touch by Meridian, but I am extremely far away, so can't say that I disagree with the official on that one. So we're going to see if the Indians come up and put a little bit more pressure on Meridian like we saw earlier in the match. As actually this will be not the keeper sending this one, but one of the players. Sent ahead and incidental contact. No advantage gained there. The official let them play on. 7:45 to play here in the first half. Ball is sent ahead. Courtright racing to it. Tries to get to it. Good hustle by Meridian. Try to keep that one forward. But then there's Courtright to take it away. Finds it over now. This is Ferris Bradley with it. Bradley dribbling through traffic. Leaves it up the field. Then is going to be Brittany Sullivan. Sullivan surveying the defense. Now sends it ahead. And tried to go to the middle of the field. Nobody there with her. Fran was there. Tries to clean it up. And there's contact in the middle of the field. Whistle. And this will be a foul here on ICC. As that time it was Brooke Younger trying to get to it. One of those where the ball was sent free, so the official felt like he needed to call that on somebody, unfortunately, against the Indians. So now the Eagles with the ball. Tries to send it ahead. Grace jumps in front of that one, bats it down. Ball is going to be sent out of bounds, and they're going to say it's ICC ball. Good hustle. That time across the way by Grace Fowley. She is a freshman out of Edinburgh, Scotland. Had a chance to meet some of our international families before the school year started, and we're excited to have them part of the ICC family and hope they get to enjoy some of the matches here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. This is Courtright with it, and that time just simply taken away by Campbell, Claire Campbell of Meridian. Tries to send it on the cross, and it's taken away by the Indians. Sonic will be on hand here shortly. They're going to pass out some coupons at the soccer game, so that's kind of a benefit of coming to ICC athletic events, is sometimes you can get some treats. And Sonic, a proud sponsor of ICC athletics, will be picking our Sonic player, or I should say Sonic star of the game at the conclusion of this one, as they will be on hand shortly to pass out some coupons here at the pitch. Ball is in the middle of the field, taken away actually that time by Jaggers. Sends it ahead. Mad scramble for it, and Fran's able to come away with it. Good job getting strong and getting big that time. Ball deflected off the leg of Meridian. Now this looks like this will be Bradley. Ferris Bradley getting set to toss this one in for the Indians. 1-0 is your score. 5 minutes and some change left here in the first half. The ball's going to be sent out of bounds. Last touched by Meridian. As we said, ICC would love to tack on a little insurance goal here. Of course, that insurance goal will be brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, for all your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, or life. Give Joey a call or stop by and see him there on South Adams Street. Meridian takes that one away. Tries to send it ahead, and Bradley's going to let it go out of bounds. Bradley will toss this one in, sends it ahead. Scramble for it at midfield. Nicely done that time by Brooke Younger to get strong and take it away. Now here comes Sullivan. Sullivan trying to go ahead, but the ball at a bad angle and taken away by Meridian, and they're going to send it out of bounds. Well, we saw Sullivan in the alumni game. Naturally a right-footed player, but she does have some skill and touch with her left foot. Like she was trying to set up for a shot there, but Meridian, once again, a great defensive play, taking away that opportunity for the Lady Indians. So Bradley gets set to toss this one in. Tries to lob it over the top. Meridian had it, lost it, and it's going to go out of bounds. No, they save it before it goes across the end line. So instead of a corner kick, it'll be a throw-in here for the Indians. 3:40 to play here in the first half. ICC with a 1-0 lead. I'm Adam Gore. Up top running camera is Raphael Henry. You see the guy down there next to that tree enjoying the shade. That's Lee Adams, our photographer. You can see some of his photos from today on ICCimages.com. Indians throw it in. Meridian clears it out. Also Cal Brown somewhere in the house. I know he had to go get ready for something going on at BSU tonight, as he probably getting ready for tomorrow's the BSU luncheon. The Indians trying to go on the attack, but again, Meridian playing some players back defensively, taking away those opportunities for the Lady Indians. Wilson sends that one ahead. Too far, nobody there to help out, and it's going to go out of bounds. 2:40 and counting here. As we said, our clock's a little off. Haven't quite learned yet how to catch our clock up. Only thing we've got now is a start, stop, reset options on our clock. Like Meridian's trying to get in a substitution here, and it's Alandria Smith, and she will check in. Checking out will be number 19. As we said, we do not have a number 19 on the roster for Meridian. So 2 minutes to play. Meridian pokes that one ahead. And that's going to be Sullivan coming in, taking it away, but Meridian comes back and hustles and takes it right back. So the Lady Eagles trying to go on the attack here. They swing it out wide, send it ahead, and it's out of bounds into the ICC dugout. 1:45 and counting here. ICC wants to try to just find that goal here to get them a little bit more breathing room. They lead 1-0 after a PK successfully converted with 32:18 left in the first half. That was by Mallory Scott. Audrey Wilson that time getting strong, taking some contact and able to keep control of it. And Smith, who has just been tenacious defensively for Meridian's, back on the field here, just chasing the ball around. She just almost, coach just puts her in and tells her to go. So Meridian clears that one. It's going to go out of bounds into the ditch, as we like to call it, Firewater Creek across the way here on the reservation. And now inside 1 minute to play here for the Indians. 1-0 is the score. Don't believe we'll, trying to find the ball out of the ditch, and now they get it. Thanks to the fan that was able to dig that one out of the creek for us. Try to toss it in. Fran with it now. getting physical. A lot of contact there. The officials letting them play. And that should be a handball inside the box, but instead they say play on. So 25 seconds to play here. ICC with the toss in. Throws it ahead. Once again, Fran with it, trying to spin off the defense. She is getting hooked and tackled. And again, the officials letting them play. I don't know what you got to do to get a whistle out of that. As she was being held and then taken to the turf, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, and that will do it for your first half of play. So we played one here in Fulton, and the Indians lead it 1-0. We're going to take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors as we head into the Little Caesars halftime show. Come back, meet the Lady Indians, and hear from the ICC All-American Band right here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Halftime, ICC leads it 1-0.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
Maya Richardson, defender from Columbus, Mississippi.
Alex Stevens, defender, Amory, Mississippi.
Mallory Scott, midfielder, Saltillo, Mississippi.
Ferris Bradley, forward, Pontotoc, Mississippi.
Emma Cotton, midfielder, Surrey, UK.
Maria Francisca Yeguillos, forward, Chile. Nikki Kessler, defender, Oxford, Mississippi.
Morgan Dennis, midfield, Saltillo, Mississippi.
Allie Barnett, forward, Iuka, Mississippi.
Audrey Wilson, midfielder, Starkville, Mississippi.
Gracie Bertelson, midfield, Natchez, Mississippi.
Brooke Younger, forward, Columbus, Mississippi.
Addison Meadows, midfield, Oxford, Mississippi. Hope Simmons, midfield from Saltillo, Mississippi.
Caroline Jaggers, midfield, Saltillo, Mississippi. Deanna Christie, forward, Liverpool, England.
Cynthia Bettencourt, midfield, New Albany, Mississippi.
Grace Rowley, midfielder, Edinburgh, Scotland.
Brittany Sullivan, midfield, Fulton, Mississippi.
Hannah Covington, midfield, Saltillo, Mississippi. Brooke Wilson, defender, Saltillo, Mississippi. Savannah Courtwright, defender, Corinth, Mississippi.
Jennifer Hosey, midfield, Richland, Mississippi.
Mary Kay Grayson, goalkeeper, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Haley McGill, goalkeeper, Saltillo, Mississippi.
Parker Williams, defender, Fulton, Mississippi.
I got a great deal on pizza.
He went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 Extra Most Bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
The ICC All-American Marching Band is proud to present for your halftime entertainment, Summer Party. The band will begin tonight's party with Alice Cooper's 1972 hit, School's Out. this evening with our Indianette feature, Katy Perry's California Girls. We party on with Pink's hit tune, Get the Party Started, featuring our percussion section. We close our party out tonight with Gershwin's Summertime and Don Henley's hit, The Boys of Summer.
The new extra most bestest pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message.
Surrender to the toppings.
Incredible! Extra most bestest, the most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just moments away from starting the second half of play here in Fulton. Real quick, want to give some shout-outs to some people hitting us up on Twitter during the first half of play. Emily Meadows, she's watching from Tallahassee and saying go number 14. That's Addison Meadows. She has played extremely well here in the first half. Ethan Foster, enjoying being able to watch the soccer game while getting some homework done. That a boy, Ethan. We like hearing that. We've got the Christie family, Phil Christie, checking in, watching live from Liverpool in the UK. Had a chance to meet the Christies while they were here, and absolutely lovely couple there. You've got Kimberly Sylvia saying thanks for airing. Also, Anna Fowley checking in. Wow, giving a compliment to the guy doing the commentary. I don't know a whole lot about soccer, so I appreciate that. And just scrolling through, getting a lot of action here on our Twitter, so we do appreciate everyone tuning in and watching as they started and then said, no, not so fast, my friend. So so now we're set to start things off. Meridian will tee it off here and move it towards the backfield. Of course, now we have switched sides of the field. We'll try to give you the Coca-Cola lineup on the pitch here for the Indians as Meridian now going on the attack. They trail 1-0. The lone goal of the game came on a PK by Mallory Scott with about 32 minutes and some change left in the first half. Meridian quickly going on the attack as that ball is going to be sent out of bounds, and it should result, let's see if it will. I think there's going to be a goal kick here instead of a corner opportunity for Meridian, so a break there for the Indians. Wow, Meridian coming out aggressive out of the gate there to start the first half. So we're going to try to round up who's all on the pitch here for the Indians. We have a new keeper in. That is going to be Mary Kate Grayson. She's a freshman out of Tupelo. Meridian with the ball now. ICC takes it away. Addison Meadows, who's just been in the mix of everything today, now sends it ahead. ICC with the opportunity here, pokes it forward, but could not quite get a strong enough foot on it that time as Christie sends it ahead. Nice job, though, getting the quick left foot goal attempt to try to get the keeper out of position. New keeper in for Meridian as well is South. Trying to get all my numbers straight so we can give you that Coca-Cola lineup on the pitch here for the Indians. Over the top they go. Smart play that time by Mary Kate Grayson coming up and making the play on that. If not, that was going to be a one-on-one opportunity for Meridian, and it would have been a good opportunity as well. Meridian, whatever they've changed up, has been pretty effective so far to start the second half. But now here comes the Indians. On the break, they send it over the top, trying to find it up that time to Mallory Scott, but broken up nicely defensively by the Lady Eagles. So now Meridian sends it ahead. Scramble for it, and it's going to be a whistle. And this is going to go against Meridian here, and Meridian's coach not necessarily agreeing with it. Looks like it was actually away from the ball. We're just missing one other player to be able to give you the lineup here for the Indians. Odds are they're all the way on the other side of the field. My old eyes are not as good as they used to be. And it was. So here is your Coca-Cola lineup on the pitch here for the Indians as they send it ahead. So that was Hannah Covington. Oh, good opportunity there. Just too hard on the touch that time. But the Indians will reset the offense. Trying to go over the middle. Finds it ahead to Christie. Christie has the opportunity. Pokes it ahead, and it ricochets in. The Indians get the goal. and take a 2-0 lead. As that was Deanna Christie coming in. Good job. She saw that she had the opportunity, had to make a quick decision, got the foot on it, got the bounce off the post, and the Indians take the 2-0 lead. Quickly, let's take a look at the lineup here for the Indians. And this is being presented by your Tupelo Coca-Cola bottlers. Coke, Open Happiness. Number 2, Alex Stevens. Number 3, Mallory Scott. Number 5, Maya Richardson. Number 6, Emma Godden. You've got number 9, Morgan Dennis. Number 14, Addison Meadows. Number 17, Deanna Christie, who we just talked about with that goal coming through there. And then you've got Cynthia Bethencourt, Hannah Covington, Brooke Wilson, and Mary Kate Grayson is in net for the Indians. So ICC leads at 2-0. Ball goes out of bounds. So the ball now out of bounds. Mallory Scott set to toss this one in. So now Meridian with it, taken away by Bethencourt on the far side of the pitch. Sends it ahead to Mallory Scott, just a little too tough on the touch. Ball's rolling out, and it's going to be saved to the side, so it'll be a throw-in here. Good idea that time, just a little too strong on the touch. Trying to cross it over the middle. Mallory Scott was there just a step behind. ICC trying to build on this 2-0 lead. They're also looking for their first win of the season. It'll be a big one to open the year with a win at home. Tried to toss it in that time, and a little too strong as Morgan Dennis ran underneath that one. Now the Indians trying to get it back. This is Mallory Scott. Good job getting in between the defender and the ball that time. Scott takes a bump, sends it ahead. Not blocked up nicely that time by the Lady Eagles. Now here comes Meridian. Sends it ahead, but taken away, and then the loose ball, and it's scrambled for, and ICC is going to clear it out and get it. Sends it across the middle. Meadows with it now. Meadows trying to send it back. Broken up nicely that time by Meridian, and now a little pinball action as ICC gets it back. Meadows wisely backs it back out. This is going to be number 24. That's Courtright, excuse me. And then the ball eventually goes out of bounds. You see a great crowd out across the way here supporting the Indians this afternoon, as we talked about. Seating in the shade is a premium, but it's really not that hot this afternoon. I mean, a little muggy, but the temperature's in the mid-80s, maybe creeping up to the upper 80s. But the constant breeze has felt good this afternoon here in Fulton. Ball taken away. Now Meridian trying to get back defensively. ICC looking to take a 2-0 lead here. Deanna Christie was able to get the goal to start things off here for the Indians to give them a 2-0 lead. It was a PK by Mallory Scott in the first half, who was the first goal of the game. Meridian takes it away, but then ICC gets it back. This is number 6, Godden with it now, looking to go on the outside, swinging it wide. He's got a player up the middle, sends it ahead, and just too tall that time as Christie was there for the header, but a nice play by the keeper, South, to negate that opportunity for the Indians. Good idea for ICC, just could not quite get it there in time. Of course, early matches this season, you're going to have your timing issues. As this one sit ahead, but it's going to be scooped up easily that time on the stop by Grayson. So Grayson going to try to punt this one ahead, and that one kind of just off the side of her foot. Covington tried to get to it to help out, but it's going to go out of bounds back to Meridian. So one of those that maybe Grayson, freshman, a little indecisive on what they do, but ICC takes it back on the toss in. Gets it to the middle of the pitch, looking to go to work. This is Dennis with it now. Leaves it back for number 6, Godden. Godden sends it ahead. Nice touch. Dennis over the middle. Opportunity here. And a nice slide tackle that time. Good, clean play. Excellent defensive effort that time. I believe it was number 15, Holly Miller, who comes in and makes the play that time, negated what was a 2v1 opportunity that time for the Indians. Tough break for the Indians, good break if you're an Eagles fan. So Meridian with the ball, sends it back, loose ball, Christie in the mix for it, pokes it back out, sends it ahead. This is, just wide off the fingertips, that time of South. Good idea that time by the Indians. Had the opportunity to go for distance, a rare clear lane that time from distance. Nearly paid off for ICC. They lead 2-0. South sends this one 50-50 ball downfield. ICC wins it. Meadows sends it ahead to Mallory Scott. Scott sends it back. Now Meadows trying to work her way through traffic. Ball ricochets off and Mallory Scott finds it. Scott, crosses up the defender. Tries to send it ahead and it's sent up that time. Looks like maybe one of the Meridian players kind of shaking up on the play that time was Vogel, the one that Scott kind of crossed over and made her trip up herself. 50-50 ball going to be deflected and controlled by the Indians. This is Alex Stevenson with it now. Ball sent out wide, and this is Covington. Covington's going to try to work ahead. Sends it up to Mallory Scott. Scott being hawked defensively. Ball's going to be poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. 35-30 to play here. In the second half, ICC with that 2-0 lead. Would love to see an insurance goal picked up here by the Indians to take that 3-0 lead. Ball deflected away that time, just a little lackadaisical on the sin by Scott. And now Meridian with it. Meridian trying to find something going. This is the Eagles with it. Lost the number of it, but there's Alex Stevens. Nice job by Alex. Coming up to get it, now sends it ahead. Covington had it, lost it, scramble for it. And a nice job finding control that time by the Indians. Sends it ahead. Mallory Scott with it, pokes it back. Now they send it out wide. Opportunity here for the Indians. This is Hannah Covington. Just a step too far for Covington. Good idea. As we talked about this early in the season, some of those timing issues are being kind of worked out amongst the team, and if that one about 5 or 6 games from now could turn into a dangerous opportunity for the Indians. So Meridian will toss it in. McKnight with it. Meridian just a game of catch across that back line. Now it's going to clear it back to the keeper. Keeper sends it ahead. Not a whole lot of movement by Meridian in that situation. Covington comes up, applies a little bit of pressure here. And basically just a little do-over as now they're going to send it over the middle. Heads it forward. Christie with it. They're going to say she was offside. And a opportunity there for the Indians, but taken away, negated by the offside penalty. Actually, it was Mallory Scott who they whistle offside. Good idea by the Indians, though, forcing the issue. Making Meridian to make a decision as they kind of just was playing a game of catch amongst themselves. So Meridian with it now. Sending it around. This is Boswell with it now. She's going to advance the ball forward. Leaves it across to the middle. Meridian approaching midfield. They came out of the gate extremely aggressive to start the second half, and when Christie scored that goal, they really kind of deflated from there. Good job by Hannah Covington, keeping it alive, sends it forward to Mallory Scott. Scott with it now, looking to work. Now sends it ahead, and they're going to say, oh no, there was no way she was offside. She had a defender between her and the keeper that time. So it's one of those that Coach Strother saying you got to send it in that situation. Don't think that was a legit offside call. The umpire or referee here on the side has a better angle than I did, but it literally looked like Meridian had a player between the ball and the ICC player and the keeper, I should say, instead of the ball. Mallory Scott gets it, tries to cross the field over to Bethencourt. The ball kind of died, but Bethencourt was able to step in front of that pass and take it away. Going out wide to Covington, Meridian takes it back. Anything you can do, I can do better on that possession there between the two teams. Up ahead they go. Stevens takes it away. The Meridian player a little slow to get up. Alex sends it ahead. Mallory Scott with it. Scott directing traffic. Sends it ahead. Covington trying to get to it, and the ball is sent out of bounds. Well, the Indians are getting some opportunities here to set themselves up in a nice opportunity to take a 3-0 lead. They're up 2-0 right now. Mallory Scott had a PK in the first half. Deanna Christie with her first collegiate goal here in the second half. And that's your scoring update brought to you by Sonic. So Meridian with it. They send it ahead. And the Indians going to clear it back. So up they go. This is Bethencourt with it across the way. Sends it up. This is Meadows. Meadows tries to send it ahead. Had Christie there, but the ball was cleared out, and it's going to belong to Meridian. So we've got some substitutions getting set to come into the contest. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Talked to Brothers Chris. He said tomorrow's BSU luncheon is going to be Hardee's. They just ask you bring a friend and $2 for you each. If you don't necessarily have $2 for your friend, they do have that IOU system that they would be more than happy to write your name down. They do want you to just come out and fellowship each Wednesday afternoon. As now ICC goes on the attack, sends it ahead. Mallory Scott gets it, squares it up, and saves the rebound. Scott gets it, tries to poke it ahead, and her leg failed her that time as it goes wide. So Scott, a little upset with herself that time, knows it was a golden opportunity to put the Indians up 3-0, but instead misses it wide, and Meridian gets a break. Substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Checking into the match, number 8, Nikki Kessler, along with number 11, Audrey Wilson, checking in for the Lady Indians. Speaking of the Indians, they'll be up next at the conclusion of this game. We'll take a brief break and then come back with about 10 minutes left in the contest, or I should say with about 10 minutes after the contest with the start of the men's action here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We do appreciate everyone tuning in here as Meridian with it now, trying to advance the ball up the field. They trail 2-0. 29:33 left here in the second half. Ball is sent back nearly out of bounds. Good hustle that time by Boswell to keep it alive for the Lady Eagles. Eagles try to send it up the middle. Ball deflected off the leg of Dennis into the foot of Meadows. Meadows has been active today at playing extremely well. And now she's going to set it back to Morgan Dennis. Morgan Dennis, a freshman all-state selection last year. Drops it off to Meadows. Meadows now wanting to go to work. Sends it out wide to Bethencourt. Bethencourt tries to squeeze it inside. And then that time, Dennis just could not quite get a strong enough foot into it. Looks like they were trying to go to Christie on the inside that time. The ball was deflected away by Meridian. And then Dennis sent that one ahead. Just could not quite get a strong enough boot into it to make that one dangerous. So now Meridian with it. But there's Audrey Wilson taking it away. Audrey now charging forward, has the opportunity, tries to send it ahead. Christie was asking for it, and Wilson fired on net that time, or fired a shot. And Coach Strother let her know you got to deliver that pass when you got your teammates running forward. But either way it goes, Meridian will get it back now. 2-0, ICC with the lead. And the ball is popped free. Looks like this is going to be Audrey Wilson. Yes, it is. Audrey Wilson coming away with it. Sends it forward to Mallory Scott. Scott tries to beat the defender. Goes forward. Now leaves it out wide to Kessler. Kessler swings out wide on the wing. Kicks it forward, and it's just going to go out of bounds that time. Kessler just could not quite get enough foot onto that one as it goes out of bounds. And back to Meridian. Coming up on 27.5 minutes to play. ICC once again controlling the time of possession. Checking out of the match here for Meridian is number 6, Brandy McKnight. Checking in will be number 19. We do not have a number 19 on the roster for Meridian. South puts a foot into this one, sends it ahead. And Meridian will control at midfield. Sends it up, opportunity here, but there, Alex Stevens showing off some speed, able to run that one down, gets it back now. Tries to send it ahead to be deflected out of bounds off the foot of Meridian. And so it'll be a toss in here for the Lady Indians. So Meridian trying to get the ball back. They trail 2-0. ICC wanting to find that insurance goal here late in the contest. The ball is blocked away, but Meridian able to keep possession. Sends it ahead now. Meridian with it. Looking to go on the attack. Crosses from distance, nobody there. Keeper will come up and scoop that one up with ease. And quickly tossing out to Bethencourt. Cynthia Bethencourt. Trying to get things going for the Indians. Nice send ahead. Christie puts a foot onto it. Trying to chase it down, and Meridian's just going to clear that one out of bounds, allow the defense to reset. 26 minutes to play. Indians trying to find a way to hang on for their first win of the season. They lead 2-0 here over Meridian in this non-division matchup. We do remind you that we've got matches scheduled for Friday as Wilson fires that one from distance. Not really what the Indians were looking for there. But yes, we do have a game or matches scheduled for Friday, but that Hurricane Harvey right now could possibly turn into a tropical depression. Head up the Mississippi Rivers. Now this is Meridian dribbling in, trying to make something dangerous here. Smart, quick decision by Grayson to come up and challenge and scoop that one up before that turned into a 1v1 opportunity for Meridian. But yes, with that rain moving into the area, we do expect that match, the division opener against Hines on Friday, to be rescheduled. You want to stay tuned on Let's Go ICC on Twitter, as well as visit letsgoicc.com for complete information on any changes to the schedule as we move forward this season. Indians with it on their side of the pitch where it's been most of the afternoon. Clear it back. This is Bethencourt now with it. Drops it off to Morgan Dennis in the middle. Dennis surveying the defense. Fires it, and the Indians starting to settle for a lot of shots from distance right now versus trying to work and attack the net. Looks like once again you're starting to get a few tired legs on the pitch right now for the Indians. ICC getting set to send in some mass substitutions as soon as I mentioned that. So they send it ahead. Alex Stevens takes that one away, checks it back to the keeper. The keeper's going to come up and send a foot for it forward, but it's going to go out of bounds. Good challenge that time by Meridian to force her to make the quick decision. And it's going to be a substitution coming in here for Meridian. This looks like number 13, Melina Grasshopper, coming into the contest. Checking out will be number 2, Wicker, for the Lady Eagles. Over the top they go. Smith with it. Smith has been very active this afternoon for Meridian. Have been impressed by her play. She's almost like an Energizer bunny. She just doesn't seem to run out of any energy. Just constantly going offensively and defensively. This is going to be Mallory Scott coming up, sends it ahead, trying to clear it out. Now here comes the Indians. Indians with an open field. This is Meadows. Meadows looking to go on the push. Indians doesn't have numbers. Meridian does, and they take advantage and clear that one out. So now Meridian with it. ICC trying to apply some pressure. We talked about a Meridian coming out of the gate aggressive in the second half. Had one of their best opportunities negated by the Indians. And then Christie's first collegiate goal kind of deflated Meridian, and that's a 2-0 lead. Substitution getting set to come into the match for ICC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players getting set to check in. Let's give you those names. Brittany Sullivan, Ferris Bradley, Maya Richardson, 16, Caroline Jaggers, and once again, I do apologize if I'm saying this name wrong, Francesca Yayos into the match here for the Indians. So 5 fresh legs into the match. Dennis, Meadows, Scott, Wilson. I did not see the last player that checked out for the Indians. Bradley with it, pokes it ahead. Francesca Had the ball taken away from her, but now there's Audrey Wilson trying to get it back, and that's going to be a whistle on Wilson. As once again, right in the mix of things for Meridian was Smith. It's almost like there's 3 of her on the pitch at a time. She's all over the place. So coming up on 21-25 left here in the second half. ICC leading this one 2-0 over Meridian. Meridian coming into the contest 0-1-1. ICC 0-2 after a tough loss to Southwest and Pearl River last weekend to open the season. Deanna Christie with it, tries to send it ahead. Really surprised they called that incidental contact that time, as the player from Meridian just come up and kind of bodied up Francesca to keep her away from it. Now Yayos has it, tries to send it ahead, and is blocked away, but ICC will get it back. This is Wilson. Wilson dribbles ahead, sends it out wide to Bethencourt. Bethencourt a little too hard on the touch, and Meridian will send that one flying back towards midfield, where to be a toss-in for the Indians. I should say Lady Indians. The Indians will be playing next here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We do invite you to stay tuned for that one. As ICC sends this one ahead, Meridian gets it, tries to save it, and does so. Now there's a scrap for it across the way. It's going to be out of bounds. The official, a little late on who it was out on, says it was out on Meridian, so ICC will quickly toss it in. Audrey Wilson with it now. Wilson crosses over the defender, now sends it ahead, and the keeper's going to come up and challenge. Good idea that time. Was looking for Christie knifing in on the outside, but the keeper made a quick decision to come up and play the ball. If she doesn't, that would have been an easy scoring opportunity for the Lady Indians. Last touch by ICC. Meridian will get the toss in. 1940 and counting here in the contest. Ball at midfield, being scrapped for between Smith and Wilson. Wilson not wanting to get too aggressive and draw the whistle. Smart play that time as the ball was batted away. And now Meridian with it. Yayos with it now. Looking to go forward, sends it ahead to Christie. Christie drops it off to Bradley. Bradley had that one kind of get in between her feet that time. Yayos gets it back. And just a game of anything you can do, I can do better right now between ICC and Meridian. Jaggers had it, then taken away, and Meridian gets it back now. And the ball is going to be out of bounds, and they're going to say Eagles ball. 18:35 to play here in the second half. Meridian trying to find a way to fight their way back into the contest. ICC trying to keep things going their way. Good feed, just a little bit too behind that time on Smith. Loose ball, and the Indians clear it out. Good play that time by the Indians. Dangerous situation, but take care of business and send it back to midfield, where Christie took over, drops it off now to Ferris Bradley. Bradley wants to send it ahead out wide. This is Bethencourt that will meet the ball. Sends it ahead, and this is Sullivan with it. Sullivan had it poked away, trying to chase it down. Does so before it goes out of bounds. Sullivan back on the cross inside to Christie. Knocked away by Meridian. Clouds starting to pile up a little bit more here. Of course, we don't have a press box here at the soccer field. Good job by Fran to keep that one alive when with the Indians. Nobody there to help her out, though, after the touch. But if we do start feeling some rain, we'll have to break this equipment down immediately and get out of the rain in this situation. But right now, it doesn't look too cloudy, just some cloud cover. Maya Richardson takes it away now, tries to send it ahead. Bradley off her foot. And now the Indians get it back, and that's going to be a foul whistled here. I believe that is going to be whistled on Bradley, coming in and bumping the Meridian ball handler. 17 minutes until this one's final. Still a lot of time to play here in this one. Time just dragging on. send it ahead. It's an opportunity here for Meridian. Good job, though, by Courtwright to get back in a hurry, take away what could have been an easy scoring opportunity. And the ball just goes harmlessly out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Indians. Meridian's had 2 or 3 opportunities, just haven't been able to get the foot on the ball to have shots on goal this afternoon. So waiting the kick here as a substitution into the game for Meridian. I believe that's number 6. McKnight checking back into the contest for the Eagles. So ICC with it. Bradley drops it off. Up ahead they go, trying to find Bethencourt, just a little off on that angle that time. As we said, the deeper we go in the season, you'll start seeing some of these angles sharpen up and look a little bit better as that ball's out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians. Only the 3rd game of the year for ICC, also 3rd match of the year for Meridian. So some of those timing issues still being worked on in live action. So Meridian with it, they're going to clear it back to South. South will poke it ahead. Meridian will have it on their side of the pitch. Hasn't been very many trips this time down offensively as ICC has controlled the time of possession. Ball is going to roll out of bounds, and Kessler couldn't quite get to it quick enough as the ball goes out of bounds back to Meridian. Well, you can see a little bit of it in the background back there. You can see the ICC baseball team getting a little bit of their fall ball practice in. You can visit letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com. You can go to the baseball page and find their fall schedule. Of course, some of those matches or games will be moved due to some weather, but you can also see when they will be playing, I believe, at the University of Memphis will be their first fall ball game that's not a inter-squad contest. And, of course, always fun, the Steak and Beans Red and Blue series between the baseball and softball teams. We do have a substitution getting set to come in here. This substitution being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. They're meeting tonight at 7 o'clock, so they meet Wednesdays at 7. They're located across the street from the Davis Event Center, as this is going to be Nikki Kessler checking out. Checking in will be Gracie Bertelson out of Natchez. As Kessler, who's coming off a knee injury, coming in to get some minutes to test that knee out, instantly comes to the side and asks the trainer for some ice. So ICC with it, sends it ahead. This is Bradley with it now. Going on the attack are the Indians. Up ahead they go to Llanos. Llanos loses the handle on it. It's going to be kicked out of bounds, I believe, by Meridian. We'll see. No. Good hustle as Fran gets it back. Francesca working one-on-one, and that ball is going to go out of bounds, and I believe that's going to be a corner opportunity. Nope, goal kick. As the referee on the baseline, or the end line, pointed towards ICC and then came back and changed his call to say it would be a goal kick coming up here for Meridian. Inside 13 minutes to play. Another substitution in the game. The substitution being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation, as that is going to be number 14, Vogel, Samantha Vogel, sophomore midfielder from Meridian, checking into the contest. Up ahead they go, 50-50 ball loose on the field, and it's going to be taken by Bertelson. She crosses the field over to Bethencourt. Bethencourt splits defenders, puts a foot onto it that time, but just wide and outside. Good idea by Cynthia that time, just could not quite get a solid foot on it as the ball was knifing away from her, but I do like the aggression out of Bethencourt. That's a goal later in the season that we could see be dangerous on net. The Indians once again winning that 50-50 challenge. Meridian, though, comes up. Nobody really communicating with Wilson that time to let her know somebody was coming in behind. And, of course, who was it that came in behind to break that up? Nobody else other than Alondria Smith. Smith has just been lights out for Meridian today. And as I said, it seems like that she's 3 different people on the field, as she has just been all over the place. Trying to get down the field is Smith, As Courtright gets back, now Smith sends it ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds. Good challenge that time by Courtright to take away the angle from Smith. And we're going to have a substitution into the contest here. This is going to be number 21 for the ICC. That's Hannah Covington, the freshman midfielder out of Saltillo. She'll be checking in, and checking out will be number 18, freshman midfielder Cynthia Bethencourt. She's out of New Albany. So coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the contest, ICC with a 2-0 lead over Meridian. Send it ahead. This is Sullivan with it. Sullivan's going to drop it off wide. Bertelson sends it ahead, trying to cross field. Not quite enough leg to get it over to Covington, and Meridian gets it back. And then they give it back, as that time ICC steps in front of it. Llanos falls to the turf trying to get to it. Now Meridian's going to clear it back. And she's going to send it out wide, but too wide, as the ball will go back to the Indians on a throw-in. Maya Richardson will toss this one in for the Lady Indians. Ball being pinballed around between players, and Meridian gets the control. And now Meridian's going to send it out wide, but it's going to be out of bounds. So once again, we talk about some of these angles that you've seen in the match, players not quite getting their steps to them. Later in the season, these won't be issues, as once again, both these teams working on some of their timing between teammates in some of these live action situations. ICC leads this one 2-0. A PK by Mallory Scott in the first half, and a goal by Deanna Christie in the second half is our scoring difference. This scoring update being brought to you by the Sonic of Fulton. So now ICC with it. Really nobody moving to help out the ball, as that was just a one-on-one game between those two players there. And this is going to be Llanos with it. A little tripped up, no call. Now ICC trying to work ahead. Works it back to Bradley. Bradley. Up the middle they go with it, just trying to find that time. Brooke Younger in the middle, a little bit too far behind her. Keeper comes up and makes the save as it knifes its way through, and Meridian with it now. It's been a minute since Meridian's had an opportunity to get on the attack, and here they come. Ball going out wide, but could not get to it. Or actually, no, they're going to say play on. And so now here comes the Eagles, trying to attack Courtright. Had the ball slipped away, now back across the middle. And good job by Courtright coming back to help her keeper that time and break that shot up. And a good job by the Lady Indians, taking away that dangerous opportunity. Now they're going to try to convert it on the other end of the field. Send it ahead. Meridian steps in front of that one. And ball is loose on the turf, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be ICC ball. Meridian coach tried his best to get the referee to give them the ball, but you saw there clearly on your screen that it will belong to ICC. Maya Richardson getting set to toss this one in. Remind you to stay tuned at the conclusion of the game. We'll go to our Renaissance Bank post-game report, where we'll name our Sonic Star of the game. As Richardson with it, moves it ahead. The Indians trying to find something here, trying to set up a kick across the middle. Once again, Meridian, once the ball gets close to the box, they just swarm you defensively and make it extremely tough, taking away any type of passing lanes, as they have made it tough on the Indians defensively. But the Indians have had opportunities and have scored twice in this contest. And they're going to lay it back. The keeper's going to come up and quickly send that one ahead. Bradley tries to step in front of it, does so. Loose ball, and Meridian controls. Lady Eagles trying to get it across the field. That's Bertelson stepping in front of it. Nicely done. Up the field they go. This is Younger trying to get ahead, and just, once again, just that timing issues that we've seen all afternoon. As we said, early in the season, you're going to have those type of timing issues amongst the players. Everybody trying to get used to the speed of the game and live action. As that ball went into the ditch. A will be retrieved, and it'll be a toss in here by ICC. As Bertelson will toss this one in. And Wilson tried to get the touch back, but really the ball kind of just died off her foot that time. And Meridian will get it back. Now here comes Meridian on the attack. Maya Richardson breaks that one up nicely. Ferris Bradley with it now. Sends it ahead. Yayenos with it. Sends it out wide. Oh, nicely done that time. Stepped in front of it by Meridian. As good idea trying to get it out to Covington, who was on the wing. Now here comes Meridian trying to go on the attack. Sends it ahead to Smith. Ball's loose. Still a scramble for it, and nicely dug out that time by Audrey Wilson. Inside 6 minutes to play, Ferris Bradley. Ball cleared back by Meridian. Richardson lets it settle. Tries to go ahead, and nobody really coming over to help Richardson. So now Wilson coming over to make the play. Quickly ahead they go. The ball nearly goes out of bounds. Now it does, but they're going to say it stays with ICC. About 5:20 to play here in the contest. ICC leading 2-0. So it'll be a toss in here for the Indians. The referee having them reset. We'll throw it in to Yayenos down the side. She'll drop it over the middle. Younger wasn't quite ready for it that time. Audrey Wilson comes up and dives in front of it, but Meridian gets it back. Tries to send it ahead. A little too far. Nice job by Jaggers that time to get it back and send it forward. They're trying to send it long downfield to see if Smith can use some of her speed to beat one of the ICC players over the top, but so far ICC has scouted that out pretty well this afternoon. So Meridian with it now, tries to go forward, broke it up once again, the Indians, but Smith able to come away with it. Smith trying to work ahead. Caroline steps in front of it. A little bit of a flop that time by Smith. Good no call by the referee. Meridian gets it back. And now stepped in front of it that time. And the ball bouncing around. And a little crossover here. Now Meridian with the opportunity coming up, sends it forward, and shot on goal is scooped and saved that time by Grayson. That might have been the first shot on goal this afternoon for Meridian, to be honest with you. Approaching the 3.5 minute mark left in the contest. ICC trying to pick up their first one of the season. They lead this one 2-0 in this non-division match with Meridian. Indians would love to pick up that third goal to go ahead and kind of get a little bit of extra breathing room here as Jaggers just sends that one out of bounds. And we've got some substitutions. This substitution coming in is going to be number 11 for Meridian. That's going to be Archika checking into the contest. This substitution being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 7:07 as well as Wednesdays at lunch. All they ask is bring $2 and a friend. You can bring $2 and feed your friend for lunch and worship and fellowship with the ICC BSU, the oldest organization on campus here at ICC. Ball sent ahead now, and it's going to be a foot race, and Brooke Younger wins it. Sends it to the middle of the field. This is Yayenos with it. Trying to work one-on-one. Showing some fancy footwork. Sends it out wide. Covington squares, puts it forward, and just saved at the last second that time. Great effort that time by South to come in and make the play. If not, that's the second goal of the season for Covington, and she was primed in the spot that time. Got to think top shelf next time if you're Hannah Covington on an opportunity like that. Coming up on 2 minutes to play, it'll be a corner kick, maybe the first corner kick of the afternoon for the Indians. And this will be Audrey Wilson set to send this one in. Want to take advantage of this opportunity here and try to make it dangerous for the Indians. So Wilson will send in the corner opportunity here for the Lady Indians. Sends it ahead. Really nobody from ICC coming in. Is that one back? Kick is high over the goal. That time just a awkward bounce. Goes a little too high for Brooke Younger and couldn't quite get down on it enough. And the ball will go out of bounds, and Meridian will have a goal kick. Inside a minute and a half to play. ICC can smell their first win of the season quickly approaching here. Meridian sends it ahead. ICC now wanting to preserve the clean sheet this afternoon. So Meridian sends it ahead. Smith with it. Weaves her way through traffic. Now sends it ahead. That's got to be offside, and it is. As she was way ahead on the play that time. The referee calls it, and ICC will reset it now. Inside a minute to play. Remind you, after a brief break, we'll come back with the guys' action here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We'll update you on Twitter when we're back live, as we're now coming up on 30 seconds to play. We'll go into the Renaissance Bank postgame report at the conclusion of this match. We'll talk about a few things. Brooke Younger trying to get back. South just beats her to the ball. And up they go. Going to try to send it ahead, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC will pick up the 2-0 win here over Meridian to get their first win of the season in the first home match of the year. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC gets the win this afternoon, 2-0 over Meridian as they improve to 1-2 on the year. Meridian falls to 0-2-1 on the year. ICC showing their ICC faithful some love across the way, out supporting the Indians this afternoon. A great crowd out here supporting the Lady Indians here in Fulton. Scoring this afternoon being brought to you by Sonic. Mallory Scott started things off for the Indians with a PK in the first half, and Deanna Christie scored the goal in the second half. And so we're going to name Mallory Scott and Deanna Christie our co-Sonic stars of the game, as both also Mary Kate Grayson and Haley McGill combined for the clean sheet this afternoon, both of them playing 45 minutes in net this afternoon. Well, that's going to do it here for the women's matchup. We're going to take a break and come back with the guys' match. Give us about 10 minutes, and we'll be back here on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach Levine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks. Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, donkey, rini.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house, Zach.
That's right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.